In our headlines tonight, state government takes delivery of relief materials worth millions of naira from the federal government for those affected by flood in the state. Nigerians charged to promote peaceful coexistence to accelerate development. Observe Group comments INEC on the conduct of Osun elections. Death toll from Libya clashes rises to 96. Good evening. Glad to have you join us on the news tonight. My name is Maureen Stone Enujuke. Anambra state government has taken delivery of relief materials worth millions of naira from the federal government for distribution to persons affected by flood in various designated holding centers in the state. The brief handover ceremony took place at the State Emergency Management Agency, OCA. We have the details.
Receiving the materials on behalf of the State Governor, Chief Willie Obiano, the Executive Secretary, State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, Chief Paul Udenibu, commended the federal government for providing the materials, which he said will go a long way in ensuring the comfort and well-being of the affected persons. Chief Udenibu said, with surge in the number of people affected by flood moving into the holding camps, more materials are expected from the federal government and other donor agencies to augment what the state government has been providing to mitigate the difficulties facing them.
We are very grateful. What they have brought to us will go a long way in assisting our people at the various camps. We expect more from them because we have made a case already that what they brought is not even enough. If we add what they brought to what the state is already providing, and add also what other people, agencies, are trying to give to us, I believe that people at the various camps won't go hungry. They will be comfortable.
Speaking while handing over the materials on behalf of the Director General, National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Alhaji Mustafa Yanusi Maihaja, the Southeast Zonal Director, NEMA, Mr. Wilson Brandan, sympathized with those affected over what they are going through. Alhaji Maihaja commended the state government for taking concrete steps to cushion the effects of the hard times in various holding centers before federal government intervention. He said the relief materials are symbolic and meant to give succor to the people affected.
It's just meant to give succor. You know, giving these things are symbolic. It provides hope to the people than not seeing anything from the federal government. So these things coming at this time when they are really affected, this particular period, I think is give them hope better than when nothing is there.
The items included beans, rice, gari, salt, sugar, mattresses, mats, blankets, tomatoes, cement, red oil, buckets, granite oil, zincs, among other items.
The Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Barrister Rita Madago, has described peace as pivotal for socio-economic, religious and political stability of any nation. In her goodwill message to mark the 2018 International Day of Peace, Barrister Madago noted that since peace is greatly needed to achieve positive results, the need for its constant application in all human endeavors becomes imperative. The Speaker, who attributed most of the wars, crimes and hostilities to lack of peace and order, called for tolerance and love to engender peaceful coexistence amongst the people and nations. Barrister Madago commended Governor Willie Obiano for the peaceful atmosphere his administration has continued to provide for the citizenry and advised in Anambra to use this year's International Day of Peace to reflect on the need to uphold peace at all times. Also speaking on the importance of the day, the Archbishop, Ecclesiastical Province of the Niger, and the Bishop of Nnewi Diocese, Most Reverend Professor Godwin Okpala, charged Nigerians to be apostles of peace for enhanced development of the country. Most Reverend Okpala, who described peace as a major index for socio-economic development of any nation, called on the people to embrace it. Meanwhile, the Catholic Bishop of Awka Diocese, Most Reverend Paulinus Ezokafo, has described peace as most essential element of the society. Speaking to the ABS on the significance of the International Day of Peace being observed yesterday across the globe, Most Reverend Ezokafo called on the people to always practice equity and fairness in all they do in order to entrench peaceful coexistence in the society. The Catholic prelates, who attributed the problems facing the society to lack of peace, called on the citizenry to always preach and work for peace anywhere they find themselves. Anambra have continued to commend Governor Willie Obiano on effective resources management. The stakeholders were reacting to the just released state and federal government's domestic debt stock, where Anambra ranked the least indebted in the Federation. Correspondent Valentine Mbadura sampled people's opinion on the issue and now reports.
As reviewed by National Bureau of Statistics and Debt Management Office as at December 31st, 2017 was 2,612,431,503 naira 89 kobo. This is against states like Lagos, which topped the charts with 363,292,140,059 naira 9 kobo, followed by Delta States with 228,328,360,009 naira 20 kobo. Speaking on the development, an economist and a staff of ABS, Dr. Emeka Arinze, commended Governor Obiano for his endless efforts in stabilizing the economy of the state, noting that effective and efficient management of state resources, both capital and human-wise, are reasons behind Governor Obiano's great achievements. Dr. Arinze advised government, both at the federal and state level, to emulate the result-oriented Governor Obiano in fiscal discipline and judicious management of resources, which he said attracts more development to the state.
The governor is using what he has to achieve a lot. He is not owing anybody, and those states are owing. He is managing his resources. That is what government ought to be. Manage your resources effectively. If you want to get more, then what you have to do is intensify your internal generation revenue profile. Increase it. Once you increase it, you have more money.
On his part, another economist and a lecturer in economics department, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, Mr. Chukwunonso Ekesiobi, noted that borrowing by government can be quite useful if well managed, as it will project economic growth and development. He, however, commended the effort of the state government under the watch of Governor Willie Obiano for sustainability without borrowing. Mr. Ekesiobi maintained that economic feature of the state is brighter if government goes about its normal function without borrowing, adding that it will attract foreign investors, which he said will boost the revenue of the state, and canvassed that Anambra should be recognized as oil-producing state to increase federal allocation.
What needs to be done to improve internally generated revenue, and to also encourage fiscal discipline, especially when it comes to government expenditure, so we don't end up spending above our means.
In Oka, Valentine Mbadura reporting for ABS News.
The founder, Wealthy Gen, Dr. Charity Ezenwa Onuako, says the non-governmental organization will continue to positively transform the lives of the indigent widows in the society. Dr. Ezenwa Onuako stated this during an interaction with a widow from Abuenu Village, Abu, in Agwata local government area of the state, who received succor from the NGO, Wealthy Gen. We have the details.
Disclosed that she was motivated into selfless service to humanity by her passion for the less fortunate in the society, and explained that Wealthy Gen is founded with the aim of providing better life for poor widows in Nigeria who struggle to fight poverty after the demise of their husbands. Dr. Ezenwa Onuako noted that aside empowering of the widows, Wealthy Gen assists them in opening bank accounts to encourage them to have savings for the growing of their businesses and upkeep of their families. She disclosed that through this year's WE project of the organization, the non-profit making outfit has secured a well-equipped shop for a widow at Apu in Agwata local government area, and as well provided her with financial literacy and business training to help her manage and grow the business. Dr. Ezenwa Onuako used the opportunity to call on wealthy individuals to support the non-governmental organization with their resources to enable them to continue to assist the poor for a better society.
I started Wealthy Gen as an organization providing financial education for women and youth. My inspiration came from my mother. who, despite earning very little income, was constantly saving and preparing for the future. I recently lost my father, and I saw how the whole responsibility of taking care of the family fell on my mother. I thought of how I could help widows like her, who do not have any help, who do not have the resources or the opportunity to save for the future.
In a remark, the beneficiary, who is a mother of three, Mrs. Ifeoma Okadike, who went down memory lane on the condition of the family and how it turned ugly after the demise of her husband, thanked God for the weighty Jane's intervention, which she describes as an answer to her prayers. Mrs. Okadike thanked the founder of the NGO for remembering the less privileged and prayed God to reward her abundantly.
Shops my Chineke she's in this way that is obi that will be so angry and fact ama me ben ge bido we kelebe Chineke na ati Chineke ya nare ekele ma ya gozikwa unu niile ndị tiri aka na ihe support na Chineke gozicha unu niile n'otu n'aha Jesus.
Airtel Nigeria Limited has launched its Airtel 4G network in Anambra State. The event, which took place at Soprom Hotel and Suites, GRA Onitsha, covers Oka, Amobia, Mpo, and Onitsha Metropolis, among others. ABS correspondent Faith Onyemuche, who was at the event, now reports.
Disclosed that she was motivated.
The CEO, Airtel Nigeria, Mr. Shego Ogusanya, represented by the South Regional Operator, Mr. Oladekbo Dosumu, said Airtel is passionate in enriching lives and creating value to people, businesses, and stakeholders, hence the upgrade to 4G network. Mr. Oladekbo stated that since the upgrade to 4G, customer response and review has been positive and very encouraging, adding that customers with 3G can upgrade to 4G through SIM swap in a device that is 4G enabled.
This is in continuation of our commitment to empower more Nigerians, stimulate economic activities across all sectors, as well as provide unfettered access to affordable and reliable mobile broadband.
In his remark, the Deputy Governor, Dr. Nkem Okeke, represented by his Senior Special Assistant on Special Duties, Dr. Charles Nwofo, commended Airtel for its commitment to the advancement of telecommunication within the state.
It is my sincere hope that the board and management of Airtel Network Limited will continue to be committed to the empowerment of Nigerians in general and the Anambra in particular.
On his part, the Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director of the Anambra Broadcasting Service, Nze Uchenwora, who expressed dissatisfaction on poor data services within the state, says business has gone beyond opening shops and waiting on customers, as various business activities are carried out online. Hence, the need for reliable mobile internet and data services. He, however, applauded Airtel for its step up, while urging other networks to do the same.
The economy of the world, we are currently experiencing what is called the fourth industrial revolution, and we don't want to be left behind. Now, it's okay to talk about people setting up shops at main market and all that. The business has gone beyond that. Because if you open a shop at main market, for example, and you keep waiting for customers, how many customers will enter your shop in a day? Let's say 100. But with data, and you're able to do your business online, you're exposed to millions of customers in a day.
In their speech, the chairman, Nelson Mandela Garden Asaba, Chief Newton Jibuno, and an Airtel user, Ms. Vivian Ugu, said they enjoy the data services rendered by Airtel so far, while commending them for the success of the Airtel 4G launch in the state, as it will boost communication.
To spell 4, it begins with the letter F. F-O-U-R-G. That's the unbelief.
Faith Onyemuche reporting for ABS News.
You're still watching ABS Television News Channel 2 for Oka. A commercial break beckons. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Yes, Nigeria Independence Anniversary is here again. Come Monday, 1st October 2018, Nigeria will be celebrating her 58th Independence Anniversary. Your darling station, Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS, Heartbeat of the East, has created a special Independence Day package on ABS 88.5 FM and ABS TV Channel 24 to give the Anambra ministries, departments and agencies, corporate organizations, civil society organizations, and other patriotic organizations the opportunity to celebrate and felicitate with His Excellency Chief Willie Obiano, Governor of Anambra State, the Anambra and fellow Nigerians. ABS 58th Independence Anniversary Package cost only 20,000 naira. This package covers Independence Day message on TV, 3 slots. Independence Day message on radio, 3 slots. You may also pay for single Independence Day announcement on TV for 5,000 naira or on radio for 3,000 naira. Please contact KC on 08033888526 to make your bookings. Let us celebrate Nigerians' 58th Independence Anniversary together.
Welcome back and glad to know you're still watching. The Center for Democracy and Development, in partnership with Premium Times Center for Investigative Journalism, has commended the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, over the conduct of the Osun governorship election, according to the preliminary reports made available in Abuja. CDD deployed 180 trained and accredited observers for the poll. The group said its observers reported that election materials arrived in polling units on time in most PUs, and the accreditation and voting processes commenced with minimal hitches to the voting processes. According to the reports, the voting process went on smoothly without significant hitches. The report also revealed that the INEC's new policy on vote buying was commendable. The group, however, commended INEC on what it called the introduction of tactile ballots in the elections. Details have emerged on why the federal government suspended plans to establish a national carrier named Nigeria Air. The Minister of State for Aviation, Hadi Sirika, had on Wednesday announced the indefinite suspension of Nigeria Air without giving reasons. However, impeccable sources in the Ministry of Aviation said that the federal government was not able to provide the $155 million which it needed to make available as part of its seed funding. The source, who wished to remain anonymous because he was not authorized to speak on the matter, said Nigeria's delay in providing the funds might have sent the wrong signal to investors who began to back down. He also said the matter was only stepped down and could be revisited should things change. And up next is entertainment news. The contestants representing Imo State are the most beautiful girl in Nigeria pageant. Anita Oka has emerged the winner of this year's edition. Aside from winning the crown, Anita will also represent Nigeria at the Miss World 2018 pageantry scheduled for December 8th in Saya, China. The first runner-up is Aramide Oluwatobi Lopez, who represented Lagos. The second runner-up was Danielle Jato Misedo. The third runner-up was Valentina Obonaya Miss Sokoto, and the fourth runner-up was Tolulope Mary Anyalafo Miss Ogun. And Miss Kwara Damilola Adesina emerged the fifth runner-up. The pageant was hosted by the duo of Toke Makinwa and Ike Osakidowa. And now foreign news. Fighting between rival groups in Libya's capital has killed at least 96 people since August 26, with civilians among the casualties. Authorities have said that Libya's Tripoli-based health ministry in a statement said 11 people, including 5 civilians, were killed on Thursday night as battles raged between militias aligned to the UN-backed government and from 2 nearby towns. A resident journalist said some families were trapped in their homes due to the heavy exchange of fire, while some refused to live there due to fears of looting. According to the report, sound of gunfire echoed across many parts of the capital, with 8 agencies fearing for the civilians stranded by the violence. Fighting has mainly taken place in the southern Salah al-Din district and along the road leading to Tripoli airport, which has been closed for years. The fighting violated a September 4 UN-brokered ceasefire deal and underscores Libya's lingering lawlessness since the 2011 NATO-backed uprising that toppled longtime leader Muammar Gaddafi. And sports news is next. Japan's Naomi Osaka crushed Italian Camilla Giorgi 6-2, 6-3 in Tokyo on Saturday to set up a Pan-Pacific Open final against Czech Karolina Pliskova. Third seed Osaka needed just 71 minutes to complete her 10th straight win after capturing a historic U.S. Open title earlier this month. Former world number 1 Pliskova beat Croatia's Dona Vekic 6-2, 4-6, 6-3, but took well over 2 hours to get the job done. Osaka, however, made quick work of a dangerous opponent who had knocked out top seed and defending champion Caroline Wozniacki, breaking twice in a one-sided first set, which she took with a blistering forehead down the line. The 20-year-old, who has climbed to 7th in the world rankings since her stunning victory over Serena Williams in New York, piled on the pressure in the second. A brutal Osaka forehand forced a break in the 5th game before a vicious backhand returns forced Giorgi to whiff a shot behind the baseline on match point. The remains of a 42-year-old Edwin Olisa Oli have been laid to rest at his hometown, Aguleri, in Anambra East local government area. The deceased was a brother to the chairman of the State Sports Development Commission, Mr. Tony Oli. Kenechukwu Chukwudi was at the burial and now reports.
In a homily during the Reform Mass at St. Joseph Pro Cathedral, Aguleri, one of the officiating ministers, Reverend Father Raphael Odike, called on Christians to always be prepared for death all times, as it is a necessary end for all mortals.
So even then, I got it, I got one to focus. You thought about Anambra, but I know I go down with that. If you have to go with that, you have to get up on the October in China, over in China, anywhere in China, you can try to negative with all of.
Speaking to the ABS shortly after interment, Mr. Ifeanyi Oli, an elder brother to the deceased, noted that his brother was his playmate and confidant right from childhood, as they shared a lot as siblings and were missed by him and all who came to know him.
Our legacy. We celebrate us, not like this. It's painful that he passed this way. We cannot question God because the Bible says in every situation we must give glory to God. So give God glory. And the advice is that we that believe must give God and always trust God in everything.
Also, a sister, Mrs. Regina Okufagbene, pointed out that the brotherly love of late Edwin was unequaled, as his encouragement to her children on their education would be greatly missed. Until his demise, the late Edwin Olisa Oli was a staff of a commercial bank in Enugu. He is survived by his wife, a daughter, and numerous other relations. From Aguleri, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for ABS News.
Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by logging onto our website, www.absradiotv.com, and at www.facebook.com/absradiotelevision. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. And just before we go, a recap of the main points. State government has taken delivery of relief materials worth millions of naira from the federal government for those affected by flood in the state. Nigerians have been charged to promote peaceful coexistence to accelerate development. Observe Group has commended INEC on the conduct of Osun elections. Death toll from Libya clashes has risen to 96. And that does it on the news tonight. I am Maureen Stone Enijeke. Thanks for watching. Good night.